Okay. Hello, who's in here? Hey Dave, how are you? Sorry I got asleep. By the way, I'm using my phone, so it's kind of complicated to see the messages. So if I don't respond, don't get angry. Who's in here? Okay, I don't know how to see who's in here. Ah, okay. Well, people I don't know. Dave. Okay. Hey. Well, today we are going to to refurbish my semiconductor oven. Since I'm using cheap filament, it tends to break about like 8 to 10 hours in. Don't worry. I mean, this gets recorded, so you can watch it later or not. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm using cheap filament, so it tends to break like 10 hours in at about 1,000 degrees. So well, at some point I will be buying good quality filament, but for now, hey, it's what I can afford. So, anyways, first step, remove the quartz tube without trying not to damage it, not too much. At some point I will have to change this tube because it has started to pit out. It got damaged, and then it's getting further damaged just because. Hey, Gabriel, I see you're here. And well, anyways, it's getting damaged. So well, whatever. I mean, it's my first oven. I didn't know what I was doing. So whatever. Now I have to put this somewhere. It won't fall. Just over there. Anyways, at least I made the oven easy to repair by just unscrewing the side plates. By the way, the plates tend to fall apart if you don't leave this nut on top. You'll see what I mean now. Anyways, as I was saying, the plates hang this way, so if you don't leave this nut here, they might fall. So just in case, you leave the one, and then you take out the plate, and that's one plate. Okay, now the phone is over there, so I can see messages. If you write down something, I won't see it. At some point, I suppose, if I keep doing live streams, I will buy a camera for the computer with something of like a long cable or something like that, and I will see the messages. But for now, Well, I only have my phone, so deal with it. Dave, do I still sound like... What's that YouTuber name you said? Ivan Miranda? My girlfriend says that my English is better now that I came from United States. Maybe. People want to see this. Maybe. That's the interesting part. With all the connections and so on. And now I'm going to make noise. I'm going to switch on the shop vac because this is dirty. So attention with your ears, please. With that clean, it's time to work with the filaments. They come like this. And you like that. The filaments, as I said, they are cheap Chinese filaments. Hey Sasha, I don't know if I am pronouncing your name well, so... Hey Sebastian! Anyways, the filaments, cheap filaments, 220 volts, 2000 watts, and they come, as you can see, like a spring. And you can't use them like that. I know some people know, but for those who don't, you can't use them like that. You have to stretch them to the proper length. And also you have to measure them because you are not going to make them well in the first place just by stretching and just like that. Let me order this a bit. Left coils unstretched or uneven or something like that, you can repair that. The filament will break. I threw away the old filaments so I can show you, but you can believe me or not. Do whatever you want. Now, working with a tripod is complicated. It's the first time I'm doing it. Okay. Now, measuring tape time. Last time my tape kept falling over. Something, I don't remember exactly what was my length. Anyway, I'll measure up. It's like 21.5 for 6 20, 40, 60, so 120 plus 126. I think it's 130, could be 21.5, no, 22. I had it The last time I did it, I just annotated it, but I lost it. So well, it's like 20, let's say 22. And it has 6 lobes. I'm not sure if my pronunciation is correct. Oh, come on. So, 22 centimeters, 22, 44, 66, 88, 110, 130, 132. If I mess up, I mess up. What I'm going to do is write it down. I think, no, I had it, I wrote it down on the oven itself. Oh, I thought I had write it down. Shame, should have done it. 132 centimeters, and I need a pen. So, oh, I don't have a permanent marker. Shame. Well, we'll have to measure again when I have to repair the oven. Whatever. The thing is, stretching it is just like easy like that. Then the thing is, you are not going to stretch them equally at first, so the best thing is to just stretch them slowly and then find the points which are less stretched or less, let's say, equal. I know it's not the word, but you get what I mean. I should have stretched it again. But it's done, it's done. Okay. So my first stretching, it's like 120 centimeters. So I have margin. As I was saying, you can't really unstretch it. In short sections you can, but the thing is, you can't really, if you extend it too much, your filament is short. You can't really compress it in here, you can't really do much. So the best thing to do is getting slowly until you get the measurement. Like it was 132 centimeters, if I recall correctly. I will do 130 and then find out exactly what I said before. As you can see, one part is still more compressed than the other, so I have to find those points and just stretch them as good as I can, slowly, trying to not mess up the whole filament. because I only have 3, so I can really mess up once, and after that, I mean, that's all the filaments I got. Yeah. And now I'm at 136 centimeters, and it was 132 centimeters. So when that's done, well, I think I can use 1 extra centimeter. One last check, and if it's all good, what I have to do now is just put the filament vertical or straighten it up with the whole thing, so it's easy to put in and out from the oven. Also, the filament is quite, I won't say dirty, but if you do the same procedure without gloves, your hands are going to get dirty. Just in case anyone tries it. Yeah, something like that. Okay. I think I'm going to be sick at some point in the future. And now it's just like knitting. You put the filament wherever you need it. Thread it away. By the way, the alumina blocks are quite fragile, so threading multiple times the coil and forcing the coil and so on will damage them. So take that into account, because if you make fancy shapes, at some point you will have to remake them. I mean, I know that this oven, maybe in half a year or so, depending on how much I use it, I will have to remake these 2 blocks at least. My end plates too, they have cracks. I don't know if you will be able to see them. Yeah, you can see these cracks. But the way I made my oven, they are kept closed, so hey, I can get away with that. Okay, that's the point where I'm missing like 4 centimeters. So I can just sort of stretch a little bit the coils, just a little bit, to get those centimeters. Instead of having to remove the whole coil. No, I'm just missing like 3 centimeters. I'm going to stretch this one a bit. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but since I need to work, I'm sorry, I'm quite silent, but I want to be concentrated. Oh, come on. Just like you. There we go. Maybe a bit overstretched. It should work. Yeah. Good enough. Has anyone said something? Yeah, but since all the plates hook the blocks and keep them in compression all the time, I really don't need it. I mean, in a sort of different shape of oven or something like that, you probably would need to fix that, or even to glue the blocks. I have put my blocks. If I can show you, I have put my blocks. They are one against the other, as, how do I say it, with 90 degrees connection, so the heat can't escape as good as I can seal it. This oven probably would need like maybe 2 extra centimeters in each side to be kept a little bit cool, but I mean, it works. It doesn't burst in flames when I use it, so it's good enough. As I was saying before, I have plans to make a smaller one at some point, so it's not a big deal. Okay, then I made 136 centimeters and it was a bit short, so I will make 135 or something like that and see if it fits better. Put in there. I can't touch the screen with gloves, so sorry. while I'm doing this I can't see who is in there or who has said what. Yeah, I know it's boring, but it's quite difficult to do in front of the phone. And if you were there before, you have seen me stretch this. Okay. It's better measure it before I stretch it too much. Okay, 133 centimeters without the ends stretched. Yeah, I should have totally stretched everything before, because now stretching this part, this little part here, is a pain in the ass. But it can be done. I just grab with my pliers, get quite concentrated, and there you go. Easy enough. No, seriously, these flat kind of pliers are perfect for this kind of work. Besides, they have flat grip, so you won't damage anything. Epa. Now the other side. Come on. It won't focus. What? Okay. I don't know what time is it either. Should watch it. Come on. Okay. Who's still in there? 1 second. Let me see. How much? $134 centimeters. The coil is more or less evenly stretched. That's it. And if nothing falls apart, and now rinse and repeat. Yeah, I know, I could bend the filament and put it from the other side, and it will, and just not, I don't have to thread all the way around with the filament, but anyways. place. And there you go. Perfect. I know. Ah, come on. Seriously? Okay. Good enough. Now with all the threading, you should... No, I clean that when I'm finished. As I said, it's quite fragile and it will leave dust everywhere. So you have to remember to clean it. Anyways, now it's the interesting part. Who has said something? Okay, now the interconnection part. Let's see if this will work. Yeah. The thing is, you shouldn't just connect the filament like that, because the filament is going to get to the 1200 degrees. So what you have to do is bend it a few times over, so when you clamp it, the temperature it gets in here, it's like putting parallel resistors. The resistance decreases, so the temperature will decrease too. Come on, focus here. It's just like, I mean, with some pliers you can just bend it. It's in fact more complex to make the shape in the correct position, so I can clamp the blocks like this with all the bending than actually bending the wire. 2, 3, 4. Wait, take this away. In fact, now that I think of it, no, I was thinking maybe I could show you the difference between the filament that has been bent and hasn't get quite hot, but no, I threw away the old filament, so I can show you. Anyway, so now let me see if someone has said something. No, nothing new, so we'll keep. Now this would be nice to have a screen or a projector projecting the image, so I can see if anyone says something. I don't have a projector, but I have to repair it. The back mirror lost its covering, and the fun thing is that I can repair it now that I have a sputtering machine. I can just put aluminium on the mirror and like make it like new. And it took me a while to realize I could repair it like that. And when I realized it, I was like, oh my god, I hadn't took that into account. But it's like, I like making tools that can serve for multiple purposes. Yeah. So everyone is quite. There are just 3 persons, and I guess one is Dave, one is Sebastian, and one is, I will say Gigabecquerel. I don't know what name to say. Hey, the 3 best, I say. Now, when I finish the connections and I just have to test it, I can look your message. If anyone wants to see something from the workshop or something like that, I can make you a tour if you want. Because this needs to be like at least half an hour at 300 degrees, 400 degrees, before I can put it in 1000. Yeah, it's not the easiest oven to repair or refurbish. But who's going to complain? Not me. Yeah, I mean, it's just like 3 persons, and I go. The fun thing is to know which 3 persons are here. I should have said it to. I can't remember the name. Your friend Gigabecquerel, the one that was yesterday at the chats. But I didn't thought about saying anything more. Yeah. Once you make a 90 degrees bend, the filament will just follow whatever you say to him. I know it's an Spanish idiom. I mean, I make a 90 degrees bend, and then I can just make the rest of the bend by hand. but you can't achieve the 90 degrees bend without the pliers first. Now, I love how this can achieve multiple sizes. It has small, in Spanish is recorrido, it has small aperture in each point, like it has maybe 2 millimeters or 3, not more, but you can stretch it between fully closed and just slightly less closed. Which is perfect to just clamp the ends of the filament and close them back as tight as you can. Yeah, and I need something to put the wire. Yeah. Don't know where it went. It's okay. Okay, next one. Oh, come on. As I was saying, never ever do this without gloves. I did it before without gloves. I didn't hurt myself, but the chances are quite high, so I just don't risk it. Says the man who worked with 72% HF. So, hey, I'm still alive, am I? Now this scientific live streams should be more of a mainstream thing for us. I mean, I'm just getting used to talk to a camera without audible feedback, and that's why it took me so much time to make my video for YouTube, having to talk. But I'm slowly getting used to just talk at my own pace, like I'm explaining this thing to someone in front of me. And it's fine. And I love seeing MX's vacuum works. And there should be more things like this. I mean, why not? Okay. I don't know if you are seeing. Yeah, you are seeing what I'm doing. So this side is done, and I'm going to connect it and just forget about it. No, I need this. Oh, come on. Can it be more open? Yes, it can. I have already bought replacements for this. It's holding well. I mean, it has held for all the filament changes, so it doesn't look like it's going to fail soon or anything like that. Oh, come on. Why don't you... This is one of those weird moments. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah. You'll see better what I'm doing in this one. But suffice to say, I'm just making the connection. Well, as I was saying, they have held quite well. I'm quite surprised. I think they are made of brass. They are not super. It's China bought. I bought them in AliExpress. I have a link in the compendium book. And when I saw them, I didn't expect them to last. But I said, okay, I don't know if there are better connectors out there, easy to obtain. So I just went with it, and it has paid off, sort of. I'm sorry if I'm not talking that much right now. I don't want to mess up. I know it makes for a boring live stream, but hey, it's my second long live stream. I know Carl would be proud of me. Carl is the PCB motor guy. He insisted a lot that I should make a YouTube channel, and it's like, this is not that interesting. But he insisted, and I started to think about it, and it's like, well, in the end, all the processes and everything, just doing a live stream maybe doesn't work with only live streams. I mean, I suppose they will get a lot more fun when there are more than 3 people. Hey, constant 3 people. I'm not complaining about any of you. But I suppose that when there's more interaction, it will get more interesting. Ah, there you are. Oh, it's magnetic. I mean, I know it's an iron compound, aluminium iron chromium compound, but I hadn't noticed it was magnetic. Interesting. Okay, last one. Are you preparing questions for when I'm done? Yeah, Georg. We were yesterday talking about... Okay. Make the case airtight and draw a vacuum or use argon. Yeah, but I don't really know. You have to make the whole metal case airtight, and then you wouldn't be able to repair. Not easily. It's something to give it a thought, because I think it's mostly it has to do with the filament being super cheap. I mean, it's Chinese filament. I'm buying it like it's Cantal. It could probably be I will say it. The other filament, I can't remember the name right now. The one that's used to cut foam and things like that. Oh, come on. Just bend, bitch. It maybe it isn't. I don't really know. I was talking with Georg. He has made a super lovely miniature oven, and it's like, oh my god, I want that. Why? No, I want it. I'm a fashion victim with tools. I have to recognize it. I mean, if I can make it look nice, not Apple nice, but if I can make it that it looks nice to me, or I like its shape, I will. And Georg oven, it's like, it's what it's kawaii. It's a kawaii oven. I don't know how to better say that. And I do want to make a smaller oven because this one is overkill. I mean, my tube is like 35, 40, 38 millimeters inside diameter. And okay, it works, I guess, but it's too big. Because I'm using 4,000 watts of power to heat it. And if I made the oven like just my fist, I guess with 500 watts, I could achieve the same temperature in a smaller area, and it could work well anyways. I don't know where the extremes of the filament went. I'm going to pretend okay. I was going to pretend that I didn't care. As long as they don't get in the middle and make a short circuit, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Once this is connected, the oven refurbish should be done. I have to clean, I have to test it, but it's like 5 more minutes and I'll be done. Okay, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see perfectly what I'm doing. Just feeling if it wants to collaborate. Come on. Get in there. Okay. No, I don't think this one is. Okay. Yeah, but I don't like it. Yeah, maybe I should measure and form first the end of the filament, but it breaks less enough. I mean, I don't know how to exactly say, but I know you will get what I mean. It doesn't break so often that I exactly remember what the measurements I took, and then I forget to annotate that, and it's like, okay. Oh, someone left. And I guess it's Gigabaker who left. I'm going with the shop back again. I just found one bit of the oven filament. Let's see if I can show you. It hasn't become brittle. Let me see. Well, it should. There we go. If you can see, it just broke, and the unheated filament doesn't break that way. So this is done. I'm happy with the connections. Everything seems right. Just time to install. Yeah. The only thing I really wrote is like, this goes on top. I also kind of accidentally made the pins different sizes, so you can't put it. You shouldn't be able to put it in the wrong side, but yeah, you can't. I was putting it in the right way. As you can see, it doesn't match. I was kind of freaking out, like I was supposed not to be able to put it on the wrong way. And just put come on. What time is it? 6:22. I can't answer. Bye bye, Gigabecarel. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Was okay. Now it's just a matter of closing it. Yeah, I guess I could turn around the oven not to move that much. Oh, who's left? Who's the only one left here? Well, the oven is repaired, so it doesn't matter. Don't worry, Dave. Interesting. There are 2 persons watching, but the counter just shows 1. Interesting. I didn't know anything about the Cantal filament, Sebastian, but that's quite interesting. Do you mind if I put it in the compendium book? Okay, I think this is done. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned. So give me like 1 minute. I'm going to clean the tube. Unless you want to see my bathroom, which you won't. I'll be back in 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I don't know how much time I left, but I'd say not that much. Saying something. It always scares the shit out of me when I'm cleaning this tube, because it's not that expensive. I think it cost me like 45 euros, 60 euros. It's not that expensive, but if I break it, I can buy a new one right now. So it's like I'm always working with the utmost care with it, never letting it go until I'm sure my other hand has a good grip on it. And this is my trusty stylus pusher. I'm waiting for glass rods to work inside the tube, but until I have them, I just use the. In fact, it's a stainless steel welding rod. Yeah, good enough. And now, I am going to insert it. I have to be careful to align this dark spot, to not align it with one of the coils, to extend the life of the tube as long as I can. How far has it been? Yeah. No. Okay. The thing I don't have to do, you don't have to do either, is let it rest just against the metal or the alumina, just in case. So what I do is I bought some ceramic mat and I just cut a small piece. I mean, I don't know how much I bought it, but more than enough for my oven. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. And I just cut small strips, peel them off. Yeah, just small piece like this. Make it a bit more even. And then what I do, thanks to you for coming. And what I do is I peel it off. It kind of peels away rather easily, because it's a bit too thick for what I want to do. And then on the shiny side, no, it's a bit too thick still. It's just support. I mean, it's not, I'm not using it as a thermal barrier, but just to prevent damage. And you put it like this, and then the tube is supported. It usually peels a lot better. Yeah, this should work. Coils, and you put the other side too. Yeah. And maybe if you are feeling bad, you can just put a smaller piece on top, so the tube can move up and down. But it's not really necessary. I mean, I should make some kind of better support. Ow! And this is ceramics, and you should do work with gloves, but too late. Yeah. And now the tube can slide if it needs to. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to move the camera around, and there's no one here. Oh. Well, I'm just made the test, and if there's no one here, okay, what temperature have I set it? Yeah, no, 1000 degrees, no. I'm going to put it at 300 degrees. And let it sit for like, I don't know, 1 hour. You should be able to see the filament first. There we go. I'm going to turn off the lights so you can better see it. Yeah, it's rather nice. However, this first heat treatment for the filaments, they won't get as hot as they look. I mean, they are not at 1,000 degrees right now. They are maybe 600, 700. But when the oven reaches 300 degrees, they will look plain. You will only know that the oven is on because the markers show temperature and the tube in general is hot, but it isn't going to show. It starts to show like above 500 degrees or so, maybe. Anyways, this has been the oven repair. To whomever was here, hope you enjoyed. To whomever watches afterward, hope you enjoy. At least this time I talked almost all the way in the live stream. Hey, who's here? Who's in here? I see there's one person. I was about to cut the stream. So if hey Dave, you're still here? I have the oven doing a thermal cycle. Everyone's gone now. Do you have any questions about the workshop or so? I don't think, but if not, I'm going to stop the streaming now. Hello. I mean, the oven is on. I am not going to leave the live stream with the oven doing a thermal cycle of 300 degrees 1 hour. That would be silly. Although I want to make a full semiconductor live stream, like 12 hours of live stream, which would, I mean, we would have to feel like hours of not doing anything with chat questions and so on. I don't know if it's really feasible, but it would be quite fun to make maybe one diode, one transistor from scratch. Like, I'm going to oxidize the silicon. Oh, there's no one here now? Come on. This is confusing. Am I talking alone? I don't get what the number of people shows. As I said, the oven is at 300 degrees, a little bit more, but it doesn't show anymore. So as I was saying, I would love to make a full 12 hours live stream of making a semiconductor with everything from start to finish, like in a weekend, in a Friday night or something like that, all night awake doing some semiconductor. I think it would be fun. I don't think there's that many people with the time and the will to sit down for 12 hours. Sit down, more or less coming, having supper together. I mean, I would order pizza or something like that, and answer questions. Meanwhile, mostly the oven does its thing, because the thing that takes the most time is the oven parts. I mean, growing the oxide, 1 hour, 2 hours. Driving the impurities, 1 hour more. Don't know. Etching, for example, putting the resist on, it's like 45 minutes. 15 minutes at 80 degrees, half an hour at 180 degrees, and so you keep adding time, but it's mostly idle time. And now I have a call from my internet provider. Fuck them. I mean, I don't have a data plan they can care about. So that would be the plan. But I guess if no one is saying anything and no one has any questions, I'm going to cut the live stream. Yeah, no one is saying anything. Okay, good night everyone. I hope you had fun. I have fun. So see you next time. Bye bye. If I manage to cut the live I don't know how to cut the live stream. Damn it. What? No, I don't want to show. Here.